Pokebabs! Hey guys, welcome back to Pokebabs. It's been a little while, but we're back with yet another crazy deck, and this one's going to be real fun, I think. It is all based around the Growlithe from the new set that's come out, which is pretty cool. We do actually get to use something from the new set, and I think it's something that most people probably would have overlooked. But this Growlithe, it's got only 70 HP, which is actually okay for a basic that evolves. And then especially from this set, and then we've got this attack Hind Kick, and that's going to be the real attack that we're going to be using here. It only does 10 damage, but then you switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. So these hit and switch decks, you've seen like Donphan, and we had a Palkia back in the day. So there's a lot of different types of this hit and switch type of deck that's happened in the past, but we're going to try it out with Growlithe. Now, okay, 10 damage obviously is not good, and we don't have anything like strong energy, but we do have Volcanion-EX, which we've seen this before, but Steam Up says that if you discard a fire energy from your hand, your basic fire Pokemon do 30 more with their attacks this turn. So the idea is we get a Growlithe out there, we put a Fighting Fury Belt on it, so we can do 10 extra. So right off the bat we're doing 20 damage now for one colorless, and it'll also give us more HP. It'll put us up to 110, which is a little bit harder to knock out. And then we're going to try and hit as many Steam Ups as we can to try and get 2-hit knockouts, or maybe even 1-hit knockouts, depending on what Pokemon we are going to be hitting. But yeah, so we can do 10, 20, and then 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So we can do 110 with only 3 Steam Ups. And that's pretty good, because that way we can knock out Shaymins. We can 2-hit almost everything that's relevant in the format. And then we'll switch into something else that'll sort of tank for us. So we've got a few options for that. We've got a couple of these Carbinks with Safeguard. Prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon EX. Now we don't, unfortunately, have Robosub in Standard, but we do have Carbink, so we can switch into a Safeguarder, so that's pretty good. We also have this Wailord. I mostly just wanted to put Wailord in the deck. I think it's always a fun card to have, and it works in these hit and switch decks because it's very, very difficult to knock out a Wailord in 1 hit, or even 2 hits. Sometimes it'd be nice to play like a Max Potion or some sort of way of healing. Could actually play Rough Seas maybe, because we also have Volcanion, which is water type, but we don't have any healing cards in this, although what could happen is our Sky Field could get bumped, and then we bump the Wailord. So that's one way to get rid of that. We're going to be playing 2 Shaymin for setup, very important. We're going to be playing 1 Hoopa, so that we can get out our Volcanion turn 1, and we can also grab Wailord and Shaymin with that, so that's nice. We've got 2 Volcanion. This one is the one with Power Heater, so if we need to recover, or if we want to attack with something else, like a Volcanion, we can do that with this Volcanion with Power Heater. And Power Heater and Steam Artillery are good attacks. With Steam Up, they can be effective attacks. So since we are going to be using Steam Up so much, we're going to be playing 2 Energy Retrieval so that we can get back our energy pretty easily, as well as a Fisherman to get back energy. We play 1 Super Rod. We could be getting back energy with this, but also it's going to be for getting back Volcanions if they get knocked out. Now we've got a few interesting cards in here. Otherwise, we've got the 1 Escape Rope, which I like if you're going to have a deck with heavy retreat costs. Just a nice option besides Float Stone, especially with Fright Knight out there. We've got 1 Giovanni Scheme. We could use Giovanni's Scheme in order to hit the damage that we need exactly. So with 4 Steam Ups, it's 140. So yeah, we could do 160. So that might be a good number depending on what we have had in the past. If we've hit something in the past or whatnot. We've got 1 Lysandre. It would be nice to play more than 1 Lysandre, but 1 Lysandre for this. We do, of course, have VS Seeker to get back the Lysandre. We have 2 N, 4 Sycamore. We're going to be playing 3 Sky Field. Sky Field's very important early on, especially so that we can get out all of our Volcanions, and then if it gets bumped, we don't mind, because we're going to basically want to have probably probably 4 Volcanions and then one Pokemon to switch into, or perhaps a Growlithe. So that's the idea there. We're playing 3 Float Stone because we do need to be able to retreat out of whatever we send up when we hit and switch. And other than that, a couple Trainers Mail, Ultra Ball, of course, very important. So let's take a look at the deck and see if we can get a game in where we can get a win. Hopefully we're going to have some fun with this Growlithe deck. Alright, so we are heading into our first game here against Veg90, and this looks good for us. We see they've got a Grass and Colorless. So they could be weak to us. That would be awesome. Could be on Mega, though, then they wouldn't be weak to us. But if they are weak to us, that makes things all the easier. Growlithe could be taking knockouts. And it looks like we're going to be starting with the Volcanion. Not too bad. I suppose we do have a Float Stone. We also have another Volcanion, which I guess I'll bench. Since we already have one down, might as well get another one down. And let's see what our opponent has in store for us. So yeah, but we're probably going to be put down Float Stone and then a Sycamore. Maybe put down a Fighting Fury Belt. I suppose we probably would. We see a Combee. So Combee's going to be easy to knock out. Growlithe can knock that out with a Fighting Fury Belt. We see a Level Ball. And it is going to be on Mega Vespiquen. So the on Mega not weak to us, but the Vespiquen is. And thankfully we do have 1 prize attackers, so that helps us a bit, but Carbink won't be useful. So, and Wailord won't be very useful either since it's weak. But we'll see what happens here. Do you see them putting down a Shaymin, which we like to see those. And we can also attack with our with the baby Volcanion. That can be a useful attacker here too. So we'll see what happens. We see another Combee come down. Do they get a Forest of Giant Plants? That would be pretty important for them. They do. Do they have any evolutions? Have they played a supporter yet? They haven't even played a supporter, so that would be interesting to see if they have one. We see a Revitalizer, getting back a Vespiquen and a Break. So they do put down Vespiquen, and are they going to be able to play down... We see a Judge. Okay, so that's interesting. See what we get off the Judge. It's not a good hand, but we can always top deck Ultra Ball, get right back into things. And we see, we just see the pass, and we get a Sycamore. Okay, so that's good. I don't think we're going to do anything. I think we're just going to Sycamore here. And, okay, we get a Growlithe, and we got an Ultra Ball, so that's good. We will Ultra Ball, discard Sycamore, and versus Seeker. Grab Hoopa if it's in there. Great, it is. Grab Hoopa, and with Hoopa, we're going to grab... Yes, we would like to grab 3 Pokemon. We're going to grab Volcanion and Shaymin. We don't have bench space for anything else. And then we need to get a fair amount of stuff here. We need to get a Float Stone or a switch. Yeah, we need to get a Float Stone, and we need to get Fire Energies. So hopefully we can get some of that here. Alright, so we do get a Float Stone and 1 Fire, which is not really enough, unfortunately. Might be better to just hold off here. Let's see here. If we had even 1 more Fire Energy, we would have had enough for a knockout. Now we don't. I think I might even... Well, they might play Judge, so I'll put down the Float Stone. I guess I'll attach the Fire. But then I'll just pass. I don't think that they're going to have any chance of coming close to knocking us out. And let's see, they bring up the Yanmega. They could just go for the Assault Boom. That's what they do. They're going to hit us for 120. But that's not too bad. We got a Fire Energy. So we're going to Steam Up here. They didn't do anything else, but that could just be because they were able to attack. So we'll Steam Up. So we need 2 more Steam Ups in order to knock out this Yanmega. I think we're just going to end. Don't really want to discard that stuff. So We only got one more steam up, but we can dig with Sky Field, so I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to steam up again. I don't know if I want to put the Wailord down, but I'm going to do it because they're probably going to bump the stadium. And then I will set up, and we just need one more fire energy here, which we get. Fantastic. We also get a Growlithe, which, yeah, we'll put down the Growlithe. We will steam up once again. And now we get a retreat. And we are going to hind kick. And who do we send up? Kind of a tough decision because we don't have the Float Stone. But I guess we'll just send up Growlithe. Don't really want to send it up, but it's not that bad. And let's see what we got for prize. We got a fire energy. Great. We have Fisherman in hand, so we can quadruple steam up potentially next turn. We'll see what happens here. Our opponent does only have those two Pokemon in the discard, so Vespiquen not doing much damage right now. Not enough for a knockout. We just see an Ultra Ball. Not discarding any Pokemon, which is good for us. Will they grab a Shaymin, maybe? They don't really have much going for them. A Yanmega, so maybe they have a Shaymin in hand or a supporter. They could Assault Boom, but we don't have a tool, so they could only Assault Boom for 50. So if they... we see a Bursting Balloon come down. Looks like they will be sending up Yanmega. We see a Versus Seeker for a Judge. So that looks like they're going to be attacking with Yanmega, which is kind of interesting, I suppose. Alright, great. This is good. This is very good. So hopefully we can still get a knockout. That's going to be the... not sure if we can get a knockout, but we're going to see an Assault Bloom only doing 50. Now we do have that... there is that Bursting Balloon there, which is a bit annoying. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to Float Stone the active. We're going to retreat into... well, I guess we don't have to retreat yet. We'll wait. We will steam up once. So if we can get 3 steam ups, we can take a knockout again. So we just need to get a energy retrieval. Alright, we do not get the energy retrieval. And we only got 1 steam up. So it's not good. It's not good. It's not really worth attacking, honestly. So I think I'm probably just going to pass. Yeah, I think I'm just going to pass at this point. Because we've only got 1 steam up. And we needed an energy retrieval or 2 energies. As is, we'd only be doing 80. So we'll just pass. We'll keep the fire in hand. And we'll figure out what we want to do next turn when we top deck something. We can always end. Alright, so we do see the break come down. Now, if they do take a knockout on the active, that would be fine. Actually, more concerned about a Lysandre on something with heavy retreat. We do see another Bursting Balloon come down and an N. The N is okay with us, although I was hoping to put down that Growlithe after they knocked us out. But we will see it knock out on the active, presumably. We've got a couple Trainers Mails, so hopefully we can get... let's see. And we need to get triple steam up, which is totally possible. Or sorry, quadruple steam up, which is possible but difficult. To be sure, we'll send up Volcanion because we're up for retreat. And let's see. So we got a fire. Okay, that's good. That's very, very good. So if we get an energy retrieval off of the Trainer's Mail, then I can Ultra Ball. It's still going to be tough, but I guess I'll Ultra Ball first. I'm pretty sure we're going to need the last Volcanion regardless. That thins the deck a little bit. We're going to see if we can get the quadruple steam up. We'll Trainer's Mail. I was really hoping to find Fisherman there. But, okay. So we will steam up once. And we're going to, let's see. We're going to definitely Sycamore here. We need to get an energy and an energy retrieval. Perfect. Exactly what I needed. Alright, so we will steam up. We will energy retrieval. Get back to energies. We also have that Fisherman in hand for next turn, which is great. And the nice thing is we're also not getting knocked out because of the bursting balloon. Although we will probably get knocked out next turn, which was fairly inevitable anyway. We're going to retreat into Growlithe, and then we'll put a Float Stone on something that I'm just going to send up when we switch out. So I think I'll put it on Volcanion, and then I'll Hind Kick, and we'll send up that Volcanion. And we are going to do just exactly 140, exactly enough to take the knockout on that Yawn Mega Break, which is fantastic. And yeah, so we still got 50 HP left. And we've got a Growlithe in hand. So hopefully our opponent does not judge us or N us, because right now we've got a really, really nice hand. Even if they take a knockout on the Growlithe. Like, I'm okay with them taking a knockout on the Growlithe. So we see them bump the stadium. So we're going to get rid of Hoopa. We're going to get rid of Wailord. We're going to get rid of Shaymin. And we do have one more Shaymin down. We see a bursting balloon. So now we've got most of our high retreaters out. I mean, we've got these two Volcanions. So a Lysandre on a Volcanion would be bad. That's definitely the case. But other than that, let's see. So we do see an N, unfortunately. But because of that, we aren't going to get knocked out. So hopefully we can get a Fisherman back. That would be a really good card to have right now. All right, great. We got Energy Retrieval and Fisherman. So that's fantastic as well. We have a Volcanion. Potentially we will be putting that down. And we see a setup. And let's see, how much damage are they doing? They're only doing 70 right now with Vespiquen. So I wouldn't be surprised if they would try and switch into a... Oh, okay. So we do just see that. Doing 70. Now, the bursting balloon is a bit annoying, to be sure. But we can take a knockout on the Vespiquen. What do we do here? I think it's best to still take the knockout on the Vespiquen. 110. Yeah, they can't knock out Volcanion very easily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have to discard 2 Pokemon and attack with the Vespiquen. And I don't mind losing a Growlithe so much. If we can keep up the knockouts, I think that's better. It is unfortunate to lose it, but so we'll steam up, and we only need 1 steam up actually. And so we will actually attach to a Volcanion, just in case we need to attack with it later. We're going to Hind Kick, and we're going to send up that Volcanion. And so we are going to get knocked out because of Bursting Balloon, but we are going to get the knockout. And that's good. So our opponent takes a prize, we take a prize. I think I'm okay with that. And we get a Level Ball, which is quite good. We can get our last Growlithe. It's kind of a shame we had to discard Super Rod so early. But that's why I'm setting up a Volcanion in case we need to attack with that. And the question is, does our opponent want to discard... I mean, basically, what they're probably going to do is try and take the knockout on Volcanion, but that's okay with me. See them slowly kind of switching toward the Vespiquen as their attacker. And that's interesting. We do see a Psychic's Third Eye. So they see our hand, which is not that exciting. And they get a discard. Oh, they discarded their entire hand. So they did discard enough Pokemon, I think. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just barely enough to take a knockout. So, well played by my opponent. Even though I would never have expected Psychic's Third Eye there to be viable. But they found a way. And what do we see now? got 2 Vespiquen set up. Or Vitalizer. Okay. They could actually take the knockout with Yon Mega. If they want. And they are going to do that. But we'll be able to retaliate with Volcanion. And that's kind of nice, actually. I actually am happy to use Volcanion here. So what we'll do is we will put down Volcanion. We're going to Fisherman this turn. Let's see, so we're going to attach to Volcanion. Going to Steam Up. Triple Steam Up, that is. And we do lose to Lysandre. But our opponent only has 1 versus Seeker left. So, it might be okay. We'll level ball for the last Growlithe. Put that down. And then we're going to retreat. And we are going to be able to Power Heater here for a knockout. And we're going to be able to power up our Growlithe and our Volcanion. So kind of nice. We've got attackers set up. And it all comes down to whether or not our opponent has the versus Seeker or Lysandre. If not, though, we're in a really, really good position. In fact, we're in. Yeah, I mean, if not, then we just need a Lysandre. So interesting how that goes. Do they have the Lysandre? That's all that really matters to me. Haven't seen it yet. Okay. And alright, we see Poisonous Nest. Which kind of makes me think that they don't. Unless they're just slow rolling us. And okay, Ultra Ball. Maybe they're gonna grab a Shaymin to dig. Combi. Okay. This is good. This is very good. So we see Be Revenge is just barely enough for a knockout, unfortunately. If we could have survived, that would have been really, really nice. We do not, and but we do just need the Lysandre, and we don't get it. Oh boy. Alright, so it's going to come down to, again, well, what can we do here? So we're going to Energy Retrieval. Let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, so they can't take a knockout on our Volcanion. So the play we're going to go for here is I can actually take the knockout with Growlithe. So we're going to do that because that's, you know, the idea of the deck. We will attach. We'll retreat into Growlithe. Or no, wait. Ooh. We need double Steam Up. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Well, ooh, that's tough, actually. Wow. Well, Should have attached a Volcanion. That would have been the way to go. Whoops. I guess we're going to have to go for the Volcanic Heat. Not what I wanted to do. So Ultra Ball, discard Volcanion and a Fire. I guess we'll grab Carbink. Let's thin our deck out. We have to win next turn anyway, so it's not a big deal. We're not really worried about decking out. We're gonna draw till we have 5. Yeah, I think this works. This will work okay too. We'll draw till we have 5. Okay, great. So we actually can still get the Growlithe knockout. So that's what we're gonna do now, because we did get the Fighting Fairy Belt. So now we can. Yeah, 10, that's enough. So we'll do that now. All right, it ended up working out in the end. We're going to Steam Up. And then we are going to Hind Kick for the knockout. And it all comes down to whether or not my opponent has a Lysandre or a way to discard several Pokemon. I think they need to discard like 3 Pokemon or something like that. So it all comes down to this. Do they have a Lysandre? Do they not have a Lysandre? That's the question. And if not, we'll be able to take the win with the Volcanic Heat. And what do we see out of our opponent? Ultra Ball? I mean, you've got to think if they have the Lysandre, they just go for it. Okay, so we see a Vespiquen. So we didn't get rid of another Combi. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. They still need to get rid of 3 more Pokemon. I don't think it's going to happen. Poisonous Nest? Oh, yeah, 2, I guess, with Poisonous Nest. And Energy on Shaymin? Judge? Do they have an Ultra Ball to discard 2 Pokemon? That's the question at this point. We just see it be revenge. And we are going to be able to take the win. Wow. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. That was ridiculous. We're going to, yep, we would. So we would have obviously gone for the Volcanic Heat for the win. And wow. Can you believe it? Growlithe takes the win. MVP Growlithe. That's awesome. We even went up against a deck that used non-EXs, and it didn't matter. We were able to attack with Growlithe, do a bunch of damage, and take knockouts for the win there. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. The Trusty End card is back again, so if you do want to take a look at some of the previous videos, you can click on those links in annotation here. Alrighty, bye.